Mic test, mic test. Mic check, mic check. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Welcome to St. Michael's High School. We're here at Doyle Moore Field, here on the campus of St. Michael's High School.
Well, we have St. Michael's Crusaders going up against the Regent Knights. The weather for the game time is going to be 82 degrees, slight wind. I don't see a flag, so sorry, but I can't tell you which way the wind's blowing, but it looks like out to right. But first pitch coming up in 7 minutes. Leading off for the Knights is going to be number 6.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Michael's and to the Crusaders varsity against the Regents varsity. Welcome to the baseball field tonight on this beautiful spring night. Welcome especially to our donors at St. Michael's. Thank you so much for your time, your treasure, and your talent all during this 2021-22 school year. Enjoy the meal and have a great game.
Now tonight's starting lineups for the Regents Knights. At catcher, number 7, Mitch Abernathy. At first baseman, number 14, Goodwin. At second baseman, number 9, Will Thomas. At third base, number 16, Jack Burkle. At shortstop, number 10, Brady Brown. At left field, number 3, Jackson Smith. At center field, number 8, Brennan Wrench. And at right field, number 5, Mark Westmoreland. Now the starting lineups for your St. Michael's Crusaders. Number 11, the center fielder, Carson Frezon. Number 17, the first baseman, Ryan McRae. Number 14, playing third baseman, Alex DeLeon. Number 10, the catcher, Grant Farlander. Number 6, the right fielder, Brady S. Number 5, the left fielder, Charlie Evans. And tonight's designated here from first base, number 15, Will Garcia. Number 4, the second baseman, Austin Bouch. And number 16, playing first base tonight, is Owen Moore. Please rise as for tonight's invocation. And please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, sung tonight by St. Michael's Jr., Oliver Mann. Lord, we want to thank you tonight for this game. We want to ask you to protect these players, these coaches, these fans. We want to thank you tonight for having this great environment, this cookout. The bands, everything here, the atmosphere is just so great, Lord, and we really appreciate you giving us this day, Lord, to help us compete in this healthy manner. In your name, we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, who say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Oliver.
Welcome to Durham Oil
Brennan
Field,
Wrench.
host of St. Michael's Crusaders. They are taking on the Regents Knights. So number 22 on the mound for your Crusaders, Eli M. Beatty. And the first three hitters for the Knights is going to be Jack Buchel, followed by Jackson Smith. And in the three hole, it's going to be Brennan Wrench. And we will be back with the first pitch after this. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. I'm Kyle Stone, and I'll bring you today's All That the Action. So welcome to Durham Field, host of St. Michael's Crusaders. Stepping in to box for the Regents Knights are going to be number 16, Jack Buchel. First pitch a little bit outside, ball one. We start off the game with 1 ball, 0 strikes. And Beatty's starting off with the fast pace. 2-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty. In there for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Buchel. It's going to be popped up really high. It looks like shortstop's calling it. And he's going to make the grab. So number 1, Clint Smith playing shortstop tonight for the Crusaders, makes out number 1. So after the first pop-up to Glenn Smith, the shortstop, stepping into the box, going to be number 3, Jackson Smith. First pitch inside, ball number 1. And Beatty looking at the fast pace. Second one, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to be fouled out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here at the top of the first. And 2 pitch from Aaron Beatty. Fastball up. No swing. 2-2 count for Aaron Beatty. center field. Freeze on with the catch. Doesn't have to move much. Steal a couple back pedals back. He's going to make the grab. Route number 2.
Now batting for the Knights, number 8, the first baseman, Brennan Wrench.
So Brennan Wrench now up to bat for the Knights. Aaron Beatty with a quick 2 outs to start the game. 2 pop-ups. And the first pitch to Wrench. And now for strike number 1. Pitch. And after strike number 2, Aaron Beatty with a fast pace. The 2 pitch. It's going to bring him up to strike number 3. So the Crusaders get a 1-2-3 first inning. The score, the Region 9 0, your Crusaders 0. We're going into the bottom half of the first. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. Welcome back to Doyle Motor Field, campus of St. Michael's High School. Stepping in for the Crusaders, number 11, Carson Freeze on. And this first pitch is ripped to left field. In the left fielder, Gunnison makes a great play, but it looked like the ball just came out of his glove last second. So Freeze on is on with the E7.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 22, the pitcher, Eli Aaron Beatty.
Stepping in for the Crusaders, number 22, Eli Aaron Beatty. And on the mound for the Regents is going to be number 11, Brady Brown. So as Eli Aaron Beatty steps up to the plate, you got Freeze on first, bottom of the first. And the first pitch from Brown, a little high, ball number 1. Second pitch outside, going to be ball number 2. As we've seen a lot lately of the St. Michael's Crusaders, they like to hit and run. When they get that runner up first, they like to steal him and take a hack. So we'll see if they do that here. And there he goes. There goes the runner, and there goes the hack. And the runner's in at second base. And they're calling something. Maybe a balk? Because they are not sending Freeze on back to first base. Balk? Yeah, gotta be a balk. So, no pitch to Freeze on. Count still 2 balls, no strikes. Freeze on at second base for the Crusaders. The 2-0 pitch from Brown. Low, ball 3. So let's see what Aaron Beatty can do with the runner in scoring position. The 3-0 pitch. And surprisingly, he swings, and this is ripped to left field. It's just going to hang up there a little too long. So, the 3-0 pitch. So, you don't look for a swing, but he swung at that one. He thought it was his pitch right down the middle, and ball just hung out there a little too long.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 1, the shortstop, Clint Smith.
So after the Aaron Beatty pop up to left, you got Glenn Smith stepping into the plate for the Crusaders. And he goes, Frizzon goes, and it's going to be a stolen base to third. It's a great basing by Frizzon as there was no throw. So Frizzon, the runner at third. Glenn Smith, the batter. And he's got 1 ball, no strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch just misses. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Brown. Outside for ball 3. So you saw Aaron Beatty swing at the 3-0 pitch. Let's see if Glenn Smith will do the same. And a 3-0 count, you kind of want to just make the pitcher work. Just like that. So Glenn Smith's going to take a base on balls.
Batting for Crusaders, number 14, the third baseman, Alex DeLeon.
So Frizzon, the runner at third. Clint Smith, the runner at first, with 1 down. And stepping up to the plate is going to be number 14, Alex DeLeon. That's first walk. That's the first base on balls for Brown. And Glenn Smith, with the runners in the corner, is going to go. No throw. Probably a smart choice. You see a lot of times in high school baseball, the catcher will throw to second base and throw it into center field, and that's going to allow a run. So, good job by the Knights. But that does put 2 runners in scoring position for the Crusaders. And the breaking pitch is going to be swung on and missed by DeLeon. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third, runner at second. The 0-2 pitch from Brown. Breaking ball. It's going to be hit to third. Frizzon's coming home. And they're going to make a play at the plate. And he's going to be called out. So that's a fielder's choice. The DeLeon is on first base, and you got runners at the corners.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 10, the catcher, Grant Farlander.
So in the first inning, that's a good choice. You know, St. Michael's, they weren't playing in. The Regents were not playing, infield in. So any contact, you want that one runner at third to go and see what they do. See what they want to throw to first and get the run or not. And they chose to get the out at home, and they got it. So for the Crusaders, that's going to bring up number 10, Grant Farlander, with the runners on the corners with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. So Smith, I don't want to say steal because he kind of held up in the middle of first and second, hoping the catcher would throw it to second and the runner at third would score, but no throw from the catcher, so Smith into second. So runners at second, runners at third for Farlander. He's going to foul this one off to third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The 1-2 pitch from Brown. Got a miss low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two pitch from Brown. Got a miss outside. And that's going to load the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Farlander here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. It's going to miss low. Farlander with the base on balls. So that's going to load the bases up.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 6, the right fielder, Brady Hess.
So the base loaded here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Brady Hess steps up to the plate, and Farlander, the catcher, is going to have a pinch runner. And the pinch runner is going to be number 8. Number 8, Angel Cordova. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. So Clint Smith should be the runner at third. On second should be Alex De Leon, and then at first base you got Grant Farlander. And after the plate, number 6, Brady Hess with the 2-0 count. And the 2-0 pitch from Brown. Hard to lay off, but with 2 balls and no strikes, you want to make the pitcher work for it. That's exactly what he did. He put that in the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That pitch outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Brady Hess. The 3-1 pitch from Brown. Got to be in there for strike. Brady Hess sitting back. Now there's a full count on him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. And the runner's gone. This ball's ripped to left center field. It's going to drop. So number 1, Clint Smith's going to score. And that's going to bring 2 runs in, I think. And the umpire saying the second run scored. So number 14, Alex De Leon scores. That's going to give the Crusaders a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third.
The score, your St. Michael's Crusaders 2, the Regents Knights 0.
So great first inning by the Crusaders who put the ball in play and made it happen. 2-0 Crusaders. We'll be back after this. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. So with a very short inning, and Beatty with the first throw in the top of the second. Stepping in for the Knights is going to be number 10, Brady Robert. And Beatty doing what he does, working quick. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. And Robert's going to rip this to right center field, but it's going to hang up there, and Free Zon's going to come underneath it, and he's going to make the grab for out number 1.
Now batting for the Knights, number 5, the third baseman, Mark Westmoreland.
So after Robert pops up, first pitch from Aaron Beatty, Mark Westmoreland is going to pop up, and Free Zone's going to be under Anthony again for out number 2. So a quick 1-2 for the Crusaders.
Now batting for the Knights, playing shortstop number 2, Reed Turner.
So Aaron Beatty with the first 1-2 out. And the pitch to Reed Turner, who's in the box for the Knights, is going to be missed for ball number 1. And as a baseball player, it must be hard for a batter to come in there, and right when you step in the box, the pitch comes. Aaron Beatty doesn't give them no time to get ready or see the pitch or read the pitch. The 2-0 pitch on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the second. And the 2-1 pitch going to be just late, fouled off, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Aaron Beatty in the top of the second. Two pitch from Turner, or 2 Turners, I should say. It's going to miss outside, go to the backstop. It's going to load the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, keep it up, $40.
We got a full house here at Doymore Field here at St. Michael's High School, where it's donor night. And thank you for all the donors who donate to this fabulous school. We want to thank you guys. And the 3-2 pitch is going to be a little outside, and that's going to walk Reed Turner.
Now batting for the Knights, number 4, Mitch Abernathy.
And as the Knights have no hits, that's going to be the first runner of the ball game with that base on balls. And stepping in for the Knights is going to be number 4, Mitch Abernathy. First pitch from Aaron Beatty to Abernathy. It was close. Seems like whether they rang up Brennan Wrench on, but umpire says that was a little outside. Ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. No runner. And that's going to miss in the same spot. We got some mad fans. They want to see the umpire call it both ways. Nonetheless, 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch is going to be ripped into right center field. It's going to go past Free's arm. So Robert is running around third. No play at the plate. Number 4, Mitch Abernathy with the double. That's going to make it 2-1.
Now batting for the Knights. Number 9, the center fielder, Will Thomas.
So good piece of hitting by Abernathy to put that in right center field and freeze on, just kind of let it go under his glove to score a run. So we got 2 outs for the Crusaders. You got Reed Turner, the base runner, at second base for the Knights. That's right, it's Mitch Abernathy, the runner at second base. Turner scored on that last base hit. So batting for the Knights is going to be number 9, Will Thomas, who's going to start out with a 0-1 count with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders. He's going to step off the mound, keep the runner on us. He's going to go back to second base. No throw. 1-1 pitch to Thomas. It's going to be fouled out of play for the second strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second for the Knights. And Aaron B is looking to get out of this one. He's going to step off the mound. Sun's going down here in Austin, Texas. Not much wind this evening. Not many clouds either. Just a beautiful night. And he's going to make it for the second. Just late. One-two pitch from Aaron Beatty. Swung on and missed, and he's going to get out of this inning. The damage is done. The Knights score 1 on 1 hit and 1 error. Here on the top of the second. Up for the Crusaders in the bottom half of the second is going to be Charlie Evans, Will Garcia, and Austin Bouch. Coming back after this, you're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. So here in the bottom half of the second, stepping in for the Crusaders is going to be number 5, Charlie Evans. As he's going to start off this one with the 1-0 count, I believe. Second pitch, high. I believe for ball 2. Don't put any words in my mouth, but 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. So the 2-1 pitch is going to be fouled out of play from Charlie Evans. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs for the Crusaders here in the bottom of the second. Still leading the game 2-1. They got 1 hit. And the 2-2 pitch is going to ring him up.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 15. Number 15, tonight's designated hitter for first base, Will Garcia.
Let me look. I'm at work, but let me see some tape. All right, what's your bad, boy? Oh!
So as Charlie Evans retires, you're going to have number 15 stepping up to the plate, Will Garcia, who's going to start out with a no-ball, 1-strike count with 1 out. And he's going to rip this into the gap. Shortstop tries to make a backhand grab, but he can't get there. So that's going to be a hit by Will Garcia, and he's going to be the first runner of the inning.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 4, the second baseman, Austin Bouch.
So with Will Garcia's base hit, and he's on first. Number 4, Austin Bouch steps up to the plate for the Crusaders.
So Botch wants the first pick go in for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. And this is ripped to second base, who makes a great little short hop backhand play. And they're going to get 2 on this one. That's going to retire the Crusaders.
And that's the end of the second inning. The score, your St. Michael's Crusaders 2, the Regents Knights 1.
So after the double play by the Knights, Crusaders still lead this one 2-1. We are going into the 3rd inning. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. So welcome back to Dormore Field, where it's the first matchup between the St. Michael's Crusaders and the Regent Knights. And stepping up for the Knights, number 14, Cole Goodwin. Goodwin's going to foul this off to the third base side. He's going to start out with 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty. It's going to be high for ball 1. He's still working quick, still working fast. The 1-1 pitch. It's going to be ripped, and it's going to just kind of hang up there. Not a liner, but not a fly ball, and it's just going to hang up there long enough for number 1, Clint Smith, I believe, who makes the play for out number 2. Or out number 1, I'm sorry.
Now batting for the Knights, number 16, the pitcher, Jack Burkle.
Jack Burkle steps in the box for the Knights. Tries to get something started here in the top of the 3rd. He's going to rip this one up the middle. Past the diving Clint Smith. So that's going to give the Regents the first base runner of the inning with 1 out.
Now batting for the Knights, number 3, the catcher, Jackson Smith.
So Burkle, first time up, flies out the shortstop. Second time up, hits a base hit. And that brings up number 3, Jackson Smith. So 1 out. Burkle to run at first for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders, who still lead this one 2-1. Jackson Smith adjusting his batting gloves, stepping out of the box. And steps back into the box. And the pitch from Aaron Beatty. In there for a strike. Looks like a 2-seam fastball, possibly. Didn't look like a changeup, but slower than a fastball, faster than a changeup. Let's put it that way. And the 0-1 pitch. Foul back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Smith. Getting ready for the 0-2 pitch, and Aaron Beatty throws to first base. Nothing going. Runner slides back in safe. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders here in the top of the 3rd.
0-2 pitch. And Smith is going to be way ahead of that one. He's going to chop that one down the third base line to the dugout. Oh, 2 pitch for Beatty. Outside, runner goes. Farlander with the throw on target. But it looked like it would have been a bang-bang play, but whoever was at the second base, I don't know if it was, I think it was second baseman. I don't want to say he missed it, but either way, the ball went behind him. And runners at second base with a 1-2 count. So Farlander, he's having a pretty good year. He doesn't let many people steal on him. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be chopped to third base. It's going to make, I was going to say make the play, but he looked at the runner who was already at third base and no throw.
Now batting for the Knights, number 8, the first baseman, Brennan Wrench.
So, I would rule that a hit. So that's Burkle into third base. Smith into first base. And Brennan Wrench, the batter. We watch as the first pitch go low for ball number 1. So runners at the corners. See what the Knights do, or see what the Knights do. Crusaders or the Knights. Runner at first, runner at third. Nobody going. 1-0 pitch high for ball 2. So the tying run at third base. See if Aaron Beatty can get the Crusaders to double play and end it right here. As the 2-0 pitch goes in for strike number 1. The 2-1 pitcher Aaron Beatty, and the runner goes from first past past it diving Alex De Leon, but that's going to tie this game up as Burkle comes in to score.
Timeout on the field.
So after the tie game, after Wirtz put this one in left field and scores a run, we got a
Now batting for the
mound
Knights,
meeting.
number 10, the second baseman, Brady Brown.
So Brady Roberts steps in for the Knights with a runner at first, runner at second with 1 out. He's got a swing and miss at this first pitch. Oh, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The 0-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty. Just misses outside. The 1-1 pitch is going to swung on and miss as that runner at first base. It's nearly halfway to second base, but no throw. So Aaron Beatty with 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. With a runner at first, runner at second. Brady Robert, the batter, he's going to swing and miss. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. And also the second strikeout, I believe, for Aaron Beatty.
Now batting for the Knights, number 5, the third baseman, Mark Westmoreland.
So with 2 outs here in the top of the third, stepping in for the Knights is going to be Mark Westmoreland, who flied out to center field the first at bat. And the first pitch is going to paint that outside corner for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs with a runner at first, 1 runner at second for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders. The 0-1 pitch outside. Nothing going. So the 1-1 pitch is going to be chopped down to third base. De Leon makes a play, makes a throw, and the stretch by Owen Moore. And that's going to be the third out of the inning for the Crusaders. So heck of a stretch by Owen Moore. And we're having a meeting, I don't know for what, but that should do it here in the top of the third. Do it for the top of the third. But not after the Knights tie it up. The score is your Crusaders 2, the Knights 2. We're going to the bottom half of the third. We'll be back after this. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live.
So a quick warm-up. Number 11, Carson Friesen leads the inning off. And he's going to swing at the first pitch. We're going to have a collision in right center field, but they're going to make the grab. I don't know. It looked like he picked up the ball off the ground. It looked like he picked the ball off the ground. I don't know if the umpire didn't see it. They're going to rule him out.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 22, the pitcher, Aaron Beatty.
So after the collision in right center field, that brings up Aaron Beatty with 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the third.
First pitch breaking ball to Aaron Beatty, a little high. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch, high and outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Number 11, Brady Brown. He's still on the mound for the Regent Knights. And the 2-0 pitch is going to miss inside. So 3 balls, no strikes. And this is exactly what Aaron Beatty had last at bat, I believe. 3-0 strikes and swung at the 3-0 pitch and flied it out to left field, I believe. So we'll see if he changes his approach. And that's exactly what he does. He doesn't swing at this 3-0 pitch. And that's going to be in there for strike number 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Aaron Beatty here in the top of the third. Or bottom of the third. And this pitch is ripped to right center field. Center fielder's back, and he's going to watch this one go over the fence. Aaron Beatty with the 1-out home run. And he's pointing to the dugout. He's celebrating as he rounds on third, and Crusaders are going to meet him at home plate as they take the lead, 3-2. Your Crusaders on top. So great at bat by Aaron Beatty. The 3-0 pitch stays off that, but he gets a 3-1 pitch right in the wheelhouse and drives this one to center field.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 1, the shortstop, Clint Smith.
So after the Aaron Beatty home run to center, we got number 1, Clint Smith, stepping into the box for the Crusaders. And he looks to continue this. And the first pitch from Brown's a breaking ball over the plate. Oh, one pitch from Brown's another breaking ball, and it's going to miss outside. I haven't seen too many breaking balls from Brown, but after that home run, it looks like he changed something up. The 1-1 pitch. Comes back with a fastball outside. So 2-1 count with 1 out to Clint Smith, who's going to watch the 2-1 pitch go inside for ball 3. Three-one pitch from Brown, swung on and hit to third baseman, who makes a heck of a throw. A laser bug pulls the first baseman off the bag. So I would rule that a hit.
Now batting for the Crusaders, number 14, the third baseman, Alex De Leon.
Because it's a hard play for the third baseman, but either way, Clint Smith on with a single. And number 14, Alex De Leon up to the plate, who had a base on balls and scored a run his last at bat. So they're going to call balk, and that's Brown's second balk of the ball game. First balk came with a runner at first, too. And I need to pay more attention. I don't really see what he did, but he must have done something in the middle of his windup to call that balk, because he is a left-handed hitter, or pitcher. So it must have been something with his knee or the hips. And De Leon's going to step out and call a ball, or step out and call timeout. That's what I thought. I thought he said balk too, and the umpire threw their hands up, but nonetheless, De Leon steps out. So the 0-0 pitch swung on a miss by De Leon. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Clint Smith, the runner at second base, with De Leon the batter. The 0-1 pitch coming up from Brown. And that's going to paint the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The runner in scoring position. Farlander in the hole for the Crusaders. And Smith is going to go. It's going to be a little hit and run, and this is going to be popped up to shallow right, who's going to have a long run. He's not going to get there. So De Leon is already running second. He's going to third. Clint Smith running around third, and he's going to score. That's going to give your Crusaders a 4-2 lead, as De Leon is in with a triple on the E9.
Now batting for the Crusaders, number 10, the catcher.
Error. Yeah. He made it look harder than it should have been, but either way, pop up to right, was under it, misjudged it. So De Leon trots into third base. Clint Smith comes around from second and scores, and that gives your Crusaders a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. So with that, we're going to have a little mound meeting by the Knights. And the umpire's going to go out there to the pitcher's mound and hurry him up. So we'll stay right here. So the 0-0 pitch in there for a strike to number 10, Grant Farlander, who also walked his last at bat.
And then the 0-1 pitch from Brown, swung and a miss by Farlander. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Daly on, the runner at third for the Crusaders. And Farlander's going to look to extend his lead to 5-2 with a base hit. Infield is in for the Knights. And this pitch is in the outfield, and this is easily going to score a run. As the center fielder for the Knights makes a heck of a grab. Brennan Wrench is the one that makes the grab in center field, so a heck of a play by him, but that's going to extend the Knights, or the Crusaders lead to 5-2.
Number 6, the right fielder, Brady Brown.
So Daly on in to score. 5-2 Crusaders with number 6, Brady Hess, stepping up to the plate. As he watches the first pitch go in for strike 1. So Farlander props up to center field but scores a run. So that gives the Knights 2 outs. And it wasn't. So 1-1 pitch, and there for strike number 1. The 1-2 pitch outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for number 6, Brady Hess. This pitch is ripped into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Hess. A little 2 out base hit by Hess is going to be on first base, and that brings up number 5, Charlie Evans, to the plate.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 5, the left fielder, Charlie Evans.
And I missed it again. This is the 3rd balk he's had, and I still don't understand what he's doing. Maybe his shoulders. But all 3 balks have been with the runner at first, which is kind of strange for a left-handed pitcher to get a balk with the runner at first, because you can easily just pick him off by not moving. But pitch fouled back. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be down the right field line, barely foul. Brady Hess, he's coming around third base hard, so he's looking to score. But foul ball, so Brady Hess drops back to second base. Charlie Evans back in the box. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Not a bad pitch. Catcher tries to frame it, but still a little too far outside. One-two pitch ripped into center field. This is a base hit. Brady Hess coming around third. He's going to score. Charlie Evans is going to stay at first with a 2-out single for the Crusaders. And that's going to extend this one to 6-2 Crusaders.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 15, the designated hitter, Will Garcia.
So, after the Evans RBI and after Hess scores and make this one 6-2, you got number 15, Will Garcia, stepping to the plate, and we're going to
Timeout Knights.
have I don't want to say pitching change just yet, but we're going to have a meeting at the mound. We'll be back after this. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live.
Attention please, now pitching for the Regents Knights, number 10, Brady Brown.
So after the mound meeting here in the bottom of the third, we're going to have a pitching change for the Regent Knights. It's going to be number 10, Brady Robert.
Will Garcia.
So Brady Robert now on the mound for the Knights. And batting for the Crusaders should be number 15, Will Garcia, who watches this first pitch outside, ball number 1. A 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Still 2 out for the Crusaders. Not before they put up 4 runs this inning. 6-2 Crusaders. And Will Garcia puts this one into right field. And that's going to advance the runner. So Charlie Evans into second base. Will Garcia into first.
Number 4, the second baseman, Austin Bouch.
And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, that brings up number 4, Austin Bouch, who tries to extend this in a 2-out rally. First pitch to Bouch. On the inside. It looked like he didn't even duck out the way. But just went behind him for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul down the first baseline. It's going to be playable. The first baseman's under it, and he's not going to make the play. The ball kind of hung up there pretty long. Not much wind, so I wouldn't say that's a factor. At least not as much as the other night when we had a bunch of rain and the ball was getting thrown all over the diamond. But Charlie Evans, the runner at second for the Crusaders. Will Garcia, the runner at first for the Crusaders. And Austin Bouch, the hitter. And the 1-1 pitch is put into right field. This is going to score 1. As Charlie Evans comes around to score. Will Garcia is in the second. And that's another 2-out run for the Crusaders, which lead this one 7-2.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 11, the center fielder, Carson Friesen.
So what an inning for the Crusaders' bottom half of the lineup who come through. And they got 2 runs this inning. And that brings up their leadoff hitter, Carson Friesen, who watches this first pitch go outside for ball 1. And Friesen led the game off with a triple, but it was an E7. And he puts this one in play as well. This is going to be a hard play for the third baseman who's going to make a throw. And that's going to retire the Crusaders here in the bottom half of the third. But before they retired them, they score 5. The score is now Crusaders 7, Knights 2. We're going into the top half of the fourth. We'll be back after this. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. So welcome back to Dora Mora Field here on the campus of St. Michael's High School. Stepping in for the Knights, number 2. He swings this one and fouls it back. I'm sorry, but number 2 is going to be a returner. Aaron Beatty still on the mound for the Crusaders, who's having a heck of a game. Allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. So 1-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty, who's going to hit this to second base. It's usually Clint Smith, but this one is going to be a nice play. Got by Austin Botch, playing second base this evening.
Now batting for the Knights, number 4, the left fielder, Mitch Abernathy.
So the DH Turner grounds out to second base. And that brings up number 4, Mitch Abernathy, who had a double his first at bat, I believe. I got him going to second base, so I don't know if it was an error. That's my fault. But either way, he got stranded on second. Whatever happened, he got stranded on second. He did not score last inning. So Abernathy, the batter. Aaron Beatty still on the mound for the Crusaders. And the first pitch swung on and missed by Abernathy. Oh, 1 pitch. Paints that outside corner. Strike 2. It's a good pitch by Aaron Beatty. He's still working at pace. Still moving quick. Still throwing the ball with good velocity as he's going to get a strikeout. So Abernathy down on K, second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Knights, number 9, the center fielder, Will Thomas.
So with 2 outs, Will Thomas steps in for the Knights. He's trying to get a 2-out rally going here. And Aaron Beatty throws first pitch strike. So that puts Thomas behind in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Little high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch looked like it was there, but no signal from the umpire. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch, he puts in the exact same spot, and I'm raising my hands thinking it's a strike. No signal from the umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And Aaron Beatty with a great pitch, and he's going to chop this one to third. And the umpire's calling him off the bag, and he was definitely not off the bag. I can see the runner being safe. Tug was a runner, but he was definitely not off the bag. But with 2 outs, that puts the Knights with a runner at first base. But he definitely, his foot definitely did not come off the bag. I wish I had a replay booth to look at that one.
Now batting for the Knights, number 14, the right fielder, Goodwin.
But nonetheless, Will Thomas is on base with a single, and number 14, Cole Goodwin, steps up to the plate. But good play by DeLeon at third, who came in on the ball, made a play, made a throw. Seemed to have him, but not quite. So that's a hit for Will Thomas. And a 1-1 pitch. I don't know where that one missed, but it missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. This umpire seems to be calling him a little bit outside and inside, but not low at all. The 2-1 pitch, check swing, he didn't go. 3 balls, 1 strike.
2 outs. Runner at first for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders here in the top half of the 4th. The 3-1 pitch. They look close, but that's going to be a base on balls, which is Aaron Beatty's 2nd walk of the game, I believe. So that's going to put Will Thomas at second base, Cole Goodwin at first base, and that's going to bring up Jack Buchel.
Now batting for the Knights, number 16, the pitcher, Jack Merkel.
So the first pitch, Buchel is outside, ball 1. And I think he pitched that outside on purpose to see if the runners are going to go. And it's probably a pretty good situation to do a little hit and run, see if they can score a run. But 1-0 pitch from Aaron Beatty. In there, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Thomas, the runner at second. Goodwin, the runner at first for the Knights. And a 1-1 pitch to Buchel. Foul back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the 1-2 pitch coming up. It's going to be outside. Trying to make Buchel swing at something that's not in the strike zone, but he doesn't go. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. It's going to be hit to shallow right center field. Free zone. Cannot get there. This is going to go to the fence, and this is going to bring home 1. And it's going to have to bring home 2 because the runner at second. And he throws it home. He should have thrown it to second because that runner would have been toast. But nonetheless, that shortens the lead 7-3.
Now batting for the Knights, number 3, the catcher, Jackson Smith.
So Knights extend their lead not extend their lead, but they extend their little 2 runs to 3 runs, so 7-3. Runner at second, runner at third for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders, and the first pitch is going to be fouled back. Out of play, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch on Aaron Beatty, swung on and missed by Jackson Smith, batter for the Knights. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Aaron Beatty's going to get it out of this one. Only allowing 1 run. Crusaders still lead this one 7-3. We're going into the bottom half of the 4th. Crusaders lead this one 7-3. You're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live.
So, batting for the Crusaders in the bottom half of the field is going to be the pitcher, number 22, Eli Aaron Beatty. And the first pitch to Aaron Beatty looks a little inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The umpire calls the second pitch, which looked a little outside. He calls that one a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-0 pitch to Aaron Beatty is going to be fouled back, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is going to miss low. So Aaron Beatty hit that home run in center field last time he was up. And the umpire rings him up on this outside pitch that looked like it was in the left-hander's batter's box, but I guess he's been calling it all day outside, so first out for the Crusaders. So Aaron Beatty strikes out after the home run at last at bat, and that brings up number 1, Clint Smith for the Crusaders. First pitch to Smith's outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th. So the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be in there for strike 1. Looks like a little breaking ball. Gwen Smith didn't like it. The 1-1 pitch. He's going to be fouled for strike number 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out for Glenn Smith and the Crusaders. Glenn Smith has scored 2 runs this ball game. So both times he's been up, he's been on base, and he's scored 2 runs for the Crusaders. And this one's going to be inside. It's going to hit him as the crowd goes nuts, but Clint Smith is going to be on with a base on balls. That's his second walk of the ball game.
Crusaders number 14, the third baseman, Alex De Leon.
So Clint Smith's second walk of the ball game brings up Alex De Leon, who he has scored both times this ball game. Up the fielder's choice in the E9 last at bat. So we'll see what he can do with 1 out. And the pitch low and outside. No runner, no throw. Smith still on first base for the Crusaders. The 1-0 pitch, and the runner is going to go. Good throw, but it looked low, and he's going to be under the tag. So Glenn Smith with a stolen base, who gets a heck of a jump. Good throw by the catcher, but Smith just slides under the tag. So Smith is in scoring position. So we'll see what De Leon can do with Smith at second base. It's 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And the pitch outside. I don't want to say anything, but umpire's been calling that a strike all game. This time calls a ball, 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. So it's 3 balls, no strikes, and that one's a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Glenn Smith, the runner at second for the Crusaders. 1 down, and De Leon's at the plate. And a 3-1 pitch. Outside. So De Leon's on. with a base on balls.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 10, the catcher, Grant Barlander.
So Clint Smith has been on all 3 times. Alex DeLeon's been on all 3 times. And coming up to the plate is going to be Grant Farlander, who had an RBI last at bat, but he had an RBI and he flew out to center. So he did his job. And he's looking for another one as Smith, the runner at second base. And a first pitch breaking ball hammered to center field. Fielder's back. And it's going to hit the wall. Clint Smith is going around third. He's coming home. And Bill Ward's coming around third. He's going to score. That's going to give the Crusaders a 9-3 lead. And that's going to give Farlander a double. So Farlander with a double here in the bottom half of the 4th. 9-3 Crusaders. So after the two RBI double by DeLeon, or by Farlander.
Number 6, the right fielder, Brady Hess.
So after with the 2 RBI double by Farlander, that brings up number 6, Brady Hess, who hits this one into center field. Shortstop cuts it off, throws it first. Wasn't going to be there on time, but it goes past him. And Farlander is in to score, and they're going to get Hess at second base to end the inning. So Crusaders lead this one 10-3, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th. So after the E8 and the 2 RBI, number 5, Charlie Evans, steps up to the plate, and he watches the first pitch go in there for strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Here for the Crusaders in the bottom half of the 4th. A 1-1 pitch, swung and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Charlie Evans. The 1-2 pitch, low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crusaders still lead this one 10-3. And the 2-2 pitch from Robert, swung on the miss, but the catcher misses it. He's going to have to make a throw, and he does. So that's it for the 4th. The Crusaders lead this one 10-3. So the Crusaders 6-10 lead this inning. We're on to the top half of the 5th. You're watching and listening to Crusaders Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live. So welcome back to Doyle Memorial Field here on the campus of St. Michael's High School. We're in the top half of the fifth. Crusaders still lead this one 10-3. Aaron Beatty still on the mound for the Crusaders. As the batter, number 8. Swings and misses, but it must have fouled him somewhere because he's looking a little injured on the play. But nonetheless, number 8, it's going to be Brennan Wrench. The 0-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty. He scores around a bunt right back to Aaron Beatty, who picks it up barehanded, makes a throw, and it's behind the runner, so hard for Owen Moore to make the play because the runner was kind of in the way. So I would rule that an E1. That's going to be an error on Aaron Beatty.
For the Knights, number 10, the second baseman, Brady Brown.
So Wrench on with the E1. And that brings up number 10, Brady Robert for the Knights. Aaron Beatty, first pitch, throws to first base, as he's probably not too happy that that runner's on base is his. And pitch paints the corner, strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders. Got a runner on first, nobody out. And they're saying this one hit him. It didn't look like it, but it must have brushed his jersey.
Number 5, the third baseman, Mark Westmoreland.
It must have brushed his jersey. So Wrench into second base. Brady Robert into first with a hit by pitch. And we're going to have a little mound visit. Back to the Crusaders. See what they want to do. They're bringing the infield to the mound to discuss. As there's a runner at first, runner at second with nobody out. Number 5, Mark Westmoreland, is up to bat for the Knights. So I imagine the coach is probably telling them what they want to do if this guy gets on. They're probably telling them infield in or whatever they want to do with that runner on third. Kind of slow the game down, talk it over. But nonetheless, coach goes back to the dugout. Aaron Beatty still on the mound for the Crusaders. And number 5, Mark Westmoreland, at the plate with a runner at first, runner at second with nobody out. Pitch by Aaron Beatty, swung on and missed. Eli didn't like the call, steps off the rubber. Talk it over with the catcher, Farlander. And they get on the same page. So, no balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner at first, runner at second. And the 0-1 pitch from Aaron Beatty. Fouled back out of play by Westmoreland. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch from Aaron Beatty, swung on. Usually I wouldn't say good swing, but good swing for tonight because that umpire's called that outside pitch. So Westmoreland stays alive just by fouling that outside pitch out. So another 0-2 pitch from Aaron Beatty. Hit to center field, free zone, comes underneath. Runner is not tagging. So good job by free zone and Aaron Beatty and the Crusaders. And they keep the runner at first, runner at second with 1 down, and stepping up to the plate is going to be number 2 returner. So returner, the designated hitter, grounds to first base, who throws it to 6. To 3. Double play. I should say 6 to 1 because that was a 3-6-1 double play to end the top half of the 5th. So Aaron Beatty gets out of that one with no runs. Crusaders still lead this one 10-3. We're going into the bottom half of the 5th. You're watching and listening to Crusaders Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 15, tonight's designated hitter, Will Garcia.
So, as we're in the bottom half of the 5th, Crusaders to lead this one 10-3. Stepping in for the Crusaders, number 15, Will Garcia, who had a single last time, so he is 1 for 1, I believe. And he watches his first pitch. Ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Garcia. And I forgot to announce, but we have a pitching change. For the Knights, it's going to be Cole Goodwin on the mound. So the 1-1 pitch, fouled back, out of play. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Garcia calls timeout, steps out the box. He's going to reset. Now 1-2 pitch from Goodwin. Breaking ball, which was outside but looked like it was going low, but Garcia doesn't swing but kind of half swing. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The breaking ball is going to be flied to shortstop, who's going to make the play. So Garcia flies out to shortstop. It's 1 down.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 4, the second baseman, Austin Bouch.
So Garcia flies up to the shortstop, and that brings up number 4, Austin Bouch, who had a single last at bat. And he fouls his first pitch back out of play, and it almost hits a fan. Thank goodness she's okay. Looks to be okay. But, yep, she's okay. That came close. And the 0-1 pitch is going to go to the backstop for ball number 1. Nobody's on, but the catcher misthrows the pitcher, and Crusaders have a chuckle. They laugh, they cheer, as they're leading this one big. And Bouch takes a swing, takes a good old hack, and this is going to be out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here for the Crusaders in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch way outside and low. No swing from Bouch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Goodwin. Breaking ball, and Bouch does a great job of sitting back. Looks like he stepped early, but his hand stayed back, and he got on top of that breaking ball, and this is into center field for a single.
Pinch hitting for Owen Moore, number 11, Carson.
So after the single by Bouch, who puts it in center field, it's going to be a leadoff hitter, number 11, Carson Friesen, who drag bunts this one. He's going to be on base, and I'm surprised the third baseman threw it, because that's going to be easy third base for Austin Bouch, who comes from first all the way to third. Perfectly placed bunt by Friesen, who puts it where the third baseman has to come off his bag. He's got to make a play, and he throws it to first instead of checking that runner out, and everybody's safe.
Now batting for Crusaders, number 22, the pitcher, Aaron Beatty.
So after the drag bunt and base hit by Friesen, you got Friesen at first. You got Bouch at third. And Aaron Beatty steps in the plate, and he's going to watch this first pitch go low for ball number 1. So the 1-0 pitch is going to be rocked to center field. It's Aaron Beatty's going to hit it to the ball. And that's going to make this one 13-3. And that should end it, if I'm not mistaken. Man, Aaron Beatty with a huge game. 2 home runs. And Crusaders are going nuts. They're spraying water. And the teams are lining up on first, and they're lining up on third. Heck of a job by the Crusaders today. Coaches shake hands. Aaron Beatty with a heck of a game. Aaron Beatty allows 4 hits. Only 3 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 3 strikeouts is what I got on my paper, but he might have had 4 or 5, but 3 strikeouts. But with this way, the Crusaders, man, their bats got going today. 2 runs in the first, 5 runs in the third, 3 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the fifth, and that does it here, where the Crusaders win this one 13-3, and that's your ball game. Thank you for listening this evening. My name is Kyle Stone, and you're watching and listening to St. Michael's Baseball, brought to you by Vype Live.